2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Put your glad rags on. Gonna be happy. Have some fun when the first light's on. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till we're rockin' out. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. When the clock strikes 2, 3 and 4, then it goes down, we'll go. We're gonna rock.
In this lesson I like to show how to play, or better how I hear, the bass part of Rock Around the Clock by Bill Haley and his Comets. The bass player on this 1954 recording is Marshall Lytle. The song's key is in A. For me, this tune has an unexpected walking bass line through the verse and chorus, but let's start with the famous intro. Believe it or not, the bass will not come in until beat 4 of the second measure, and not on beat 1 of the first measure. So on beat 4 of measure 2, he plays an A. You can find this A here and here. But I find it much easier to play the note A here on the 7th fret of the D string. I will later explain while I do this. So on beat 4 of the second measure he plays this A, and on the next beat, beat 1 on measure 3, he played again this A. And that's all he plays in the intro. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. And that's all on the original recording. But if you wanna play along with the band, the whole intro, you can play this. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We gonna rock around the clock tonight. And so on. Once again. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. The A, it's da da da, da o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We gonna rock. Here I play the E. And so on. And then through verse and chorus he plays this walking bass line. It's a very simple shuffle beat. So let's take a look at the sounding notes. It's a 12-bar blues in A, so the bass line starts with the A. As I said, you can play the A here, but it's much easier to play it here, where you can stay in this position. Otherwise you need to go up. And here you have all notes in this position. So let's start with the A, and then walk up the major scale. Second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and back. Fourth, third, second. He did this twice. And then for the D chord he goes in this position. He plays the D here, not the open D string. Here. I played here. I saw a video from the Ed Sullivan Show 1955, and Marshall Lytle plays it with the open string, but I find it much easier to play it here. So on the over the D chord he plays also the major scale to the 5th, and then he plays the root again, the 3rd and the 4th. Once again. And then for the A, he goes to this position and play the same A pattern as before. And then when the chord progression goes to the E, he played the E here. He played then the E twice. Once again. And then for the next A, he played a different pattern. It goes like this. Root, 2nd, 3rd, 2nd, root, 6th, 5th twice, and then the next verse starts with the A. And that's all. The whole intro for you slow. And so on. He repeats this 5 times, and for the very last verse he does the same until bar number 11 of the last verse. It's this part when the chord instruments play from the A to the E. And here he did very nice pattern. So he starts. I would like to go in this position with the little finger on the 7th fret of the D string. You can play, or he play definitely this. Once again. 7th fret twice, then 5th, then 4th fret on G string, 7th fret G string, 5th fret A string, 5th fret G string, 6th fret D string, and then the open A, not the E. Once again. And that's all he played on the original recording. But if you want to play along with the band until the end of the song, you can play this da 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 ba. It's a triplet starting with the E. Ba ba da ba. 1 triplet 2, 1 triplet 2, and then watch the drummer until this last A comes. It should be on beat 4, but it's a little bit late. So watch the drummer, and he should give the cue that the whole band makes this last beat. So that's all. Thanks for watching, and have fun with this classic. And I read an interview with Marshall Lytle, and he said this is the tune every rockabilly player should learn, and I agree. It's fun to learn, and it has not a very typical walking bass line. A typical walking bass line would be this, maybe from the low A. but he played on a higher range and played up the major scale and not the Mixolydian scale. So I hope you had fun and you can play it right on your next gig with your rock and roll band. Thanks for watching.